that is what is capital market. And today we will try to cover what is capital market. Let me give me 2 minutes so I could able to share the PPT. Just give me 1 minute. I think last class we had a little bit discussion about what is capital market, and today we will talk about the different functions of capital market. And I told you that what is the why the market is called capital market, and what about the platforms and all, that we had a little bit discussion about that. So came to the different functions of the capital market. Why capital market is popular? Because of capital market is act as a as a kind of catalytic agent which can make the economic growth. So write down the first function of the capital market is the economic growth is made by the capital market. Got it? So how the economic growth is being made? I want to tell you this particular concept of economic growth. While we talked about this, function of RBI, তাদের আমি economic growth টা বেশি পড়ুনু, or it was not came as the initial point. जोटिकी ଆମେ ଯେତେବେଳେ capital market ପଢୁଛୁ, we'll talk about the first function of capital market. It is treated as the economic growth. Now, why this particular difference is there? Because as we all know that in specifically in India, the population or maximum population enter themselves to the banking organization mostly. That means in Indian population, more probably more than 70% population enroll themselves in banking organizations, and very less number of people have registered themselves in the capital market. But still, capital market first functional, it will accelerate the economic growth. Now, how with the 30% population, how with the 30% population, one can make acceleration to economic growth, because in specifically in capital market, the investment revenues are very high, the investment denominations are very high. Apart from that, while we're talking about capital market, it was identified as the listing of capital market, the listing of companies also pay a very high denomination of money to listed under the SEBI, under the capital market. And it was the, it was the final run out of money to the capital market, which is non-reversible. That's why in some particular time we call capital market is, it's a catalytic agent which can accelerate the economic growth, because the surplus money over in capital market is very high along with the investment. ଯେମିତି କି capital market ରେ investment ବହୁତ ଅଧିକା ଥାଏ, ସେମିତି ତାର allocations of money is very high, allocations of resources are very high. That's why capital market रे the surplus money is very high. That's why it is somehow called as the catalytic agent for the economic growth and economic development. Second function of capital markets is promoting savings habits. So that means what? Capital market is always looking for to promote the savings of the individual. That means capital market रे जो हमें intermediations रहुचंती, individual brokers, brokerage house, or maybe the AMCs, asset management companies, ତାଙ୍କର କାମ କଣ? They're having very specific work. The work is drag the savings of the individual or drag the individual towards making investment. So facilities of the bank institutions who drag the investment are very high. The people are being being motivated through this particular number of agencies. जो agencies माने रहिले तांको द्वारा लोक माने motivate होचंती, people are being motivated to make their investment. So that's why it is the second function of capital markets, is promoting saving habits of the individual. Third one is stable and systematic securities, security prices. Stable and systematic security prices means what? Capital market always try to create a safest environment for the investment. Okay, so stable and systematic security prices. So always capital market encourages to create a stable and systematic prices to secure the investor. Now, how to secure the investor with this particular point? If the security market makes every particular product, every particular share, bond, debenture, whatever sell in the security market, यदि सब जाक product को secure करिवो, secure with a stability. Now then people, those who have made their investment, they will feel safe. आपण होंतु मु हुए जे भी हमें investment करिबा securities रे, we feel safe. So that is foremost very essential, that every individual should have to feel safe. And stable means whatever price related informations, that whatever price related or related to the market, the informations has to be eventually reach the individual investor. जे investment करछि ता पाखरे सब information पहुंचबो. Third one, if you reduce the bad speculation and increase the good speculation, then also we will talk about the market is going to be safe, the prices are stable, systematic security prices are good, and people eventually wants to make the investment at capital market. Fourth question, fourth function of the capital market is called availability of the funds. Now, availability of the funds is one of the major requirements, whether it is a capital market or market of RBI or market of IRDA of India. So that means what? As the statement written as investments are made in capital market on the continuous basis, both the buyers and seller interact and trade their buyers and sellers interact for trading their capital and assets through NSE and BSE provided the platform for this. Thus, the transaction in the capital market become easy. So availability of fund means at the time when the investor want to make the investment, the asset must be prepared, must be available for the investment. And when the investor is asking for the settlement, ଯେତେବେଳେ ବି investor ଗୋଟେ settlement ପାଇଁ ମାଗୁଛି, ଯେତେବେଳେ ବି investor, for an example, I invested in the market a huge amount, that is something around 5 crore rupees, or someone is making a huge investment like 15 lakhs or 30 lakhs, 40 lakhs rupees. At a time when he needs the money, there has to be available of the funds. That means the settlement, rolling settlement must be done within the prescribed time period. Our rolling settlement kete prakarra achi pilamane? In capital market, how many different type of rolling and settlement we normally see? No idea? There are 3 different type of rolling and settlement. ଯେତେବେଳେ କୌଣସି ଲୋକ fund କୁ close down କରୁଛି, that means Mr. X has made a investment in the year of 2020. Then in 2023, there is an emergency for Mr. X. That's why Mr. X wants to close down his investment. ଯେତେବେଳେ ସେ close down କରିବ ତା investment, ତା ପାଖରେ କେତେଟା different type ର rolling and settlement ରହୁଛି. That is the T1 rolling settlement, T2 rolling settlement, T3 rolling and settlement. T1 जोटा कि गोटे दिन रे settlement हीजे, T2 जोटा कि 2 दिन लगे settlement ପାଇଁ, maximum लगे 3 days. So that is called T3 settlement, जोटा कि maximum 3 days लगे for the settlement and all. So that is called availability of the fund. Simply हमें बुझिबा the availability of fund माने कोन? मार्केट रे एंड कंपनी मानको पाखरे जो माने इन्वेस्टमेंट एवेन्यूज क्रिएट करूचंती, जो माने तांको प्रोडक्ट बिकुचंती, सो मार्केट रे सेमानको पाखरे सब बेले फाइनेंशियल लिक्विफाइड फाइनेंशियल एसेट्स रहिबा दरकार, so that whenever the investor is asking for money, जेतले इन्वेस्टर तार पैसा मागुची asking for the money, the availability of funds should be there, which can be utilized when people are asking for that money. पैसा टा से utilize करी convert करके अपन को पैसा अपन को investment टा फेरी परिवे. So that is called availability of the fund. Now came to the capital market divisions. Types of capital market हमको हम पढ़िबा. Types of capital market माने capital market is being divided into 2 parts. One is called primary market and second one is called secondary market. Primary market kono? Primary market, which is otherwise also called as a new issue market, and secondary market, which is otherwise called as stock market. Primary market mainly deal with the securities that are being issued in the stock exchange for the first time. That's why it is called as new issue. And that is the main function of this market, is to facilitate transfer of the newly issued shares from the company to the public. It is the primary market. So primary market is the market where first time of issuing of securities are made, and it is the duty of the primary market to sell the securities on behalf of the company to the general well-being. So that was the work of primary market. Came to the secondary market. Secondary market is a market where the trading of the securities are actually takes place, and we certainly various time second hand security market. That means when first time the issuing of securities was made by RBAs or primary market, and when that is a further issue came, one has to visit the secondary market, and with the existing validation they could able to sell their securities in the for the public in the secondary market. Now this is what exactly the kind of structure. See, this structure is, while we're talking about Indian capital market, the Indian capital market is being divided in certain way. It was also divided into market. We have instruments, intermediaries, and regulation or regulatory body. Market रे आसचंतु जदि हमें कहबा capital market, first जो आपनकर अच्छी types, that was the types are primary and secondary market. Instrument को जदि आसीमा Indian capital market रो instruments are equity, hybrid market, debt market. Fine. So equity market जोटा कि हमें ownership products को बिक्री होची, hybrid market where debt and equity both are being sold, and debt market जोटी केवल debt product और loan product बिक्री होची. एटे intermediaries के रहउचंती. Look to this point. Intermediaries are brokers, investment bankers, stock exchanges, underwriters. Now, who is the regulatory body over here? Regulatory body is SEBI. Now, upon Indian capital market players key players achanti. These are called CRA or CRA, corporate or corporate houses, intermediaries, individuals, bankers, FDI, that is and all India financial institutions, FII. एगुड़ा हेले किए माने हेले कोन ना आरो players. Understood? One point we already discussed, that is market is being divided into primary and secondary market. Primary market को हमें otherwise कहूँ new issue market, secondary market को हमें कहूँ further issue market or stock market. Intermediaries रे की रहिले, sorry, instruments रे की रहिले equity products रहिला, which is mostly traded. आज का date रे हमें भी जितने investment करचु, we will first think about the equity products. If not available, then हमें other products को जाऊचु, but first preference for every particular investor is equity product. Then most of the people sometimes adopted hybrid products. Some equity रे भी investment करती, debt रे भी investment करती, and कितने लोग को तांदी जो मैंने खाली debt रे investment करती, they will not make any investment in equity. So as to we do have a certain intermediaries in this particular market. Intermediaries की रहिले जिनके कोटे individual broker हो, कोटे brokerage house हो, एमाने रहिबे first intermediary. Second intermediaries, those are investment bankers. सेमाने रहिले second intermediary. Third हेले different stock exchanges जेमते BSE, NSE, RSE, MCX and all. सेमाने रहिले third intermediary. Underwriting organization आज का डेट रे जे भी गोटे AMC करचंती, समस्त निजर underwriting organizations करूचंती. So these are the fourth channel of intermediaries. So this is what a broad structure of Indian capital market.
Ma'am?
Yeah.
And the function of capital market पढ़ले एबे जोड़ा पढ़ले सेटा लिखिबो तो?
Functions रे केते बेले मो functions टा fast पढ़ी थिली. These are the functions: economic growth करूची, promote the savings habits, stable economic.
function कहथिले ना जो provide liquidity, enable quick valuation.
हाँ सेटा अपन को काली जोटा कहिथिली. I told you that is very common. सेटा लिखिबे आ सेटा एटा लिखिले चलिबो या तो फिर anyone. These are very specific. आज जोटा पढ़ेली सेटा टिके specific पढूची. आपण दीटा को भी लिख परिबे जोटा कि आपण लिख परिबे कि act as a barometer. तापरे आपनकर पढी थिबी मु कि allocations of savings करची, promote करूची, ये आपनकर deepening and broadening to सेगुडा promote करची. You can write that, and I told you that functions are very similar. Apanଙ୍କର जो financial functions रहुची, it was very similar to every particular financial, whether it is capital market or RBI, प्राय समान ही रहुची.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. Now, what are the intermediaries? You understood of this particular picture? ठीक picture टा दिम्बी अपन को मुंडा रे रहिबो. अपन capital market विषय रे लिखि परिबे. Give me 1 minute. Okay. So while we're talking about different instruments, there are 3 different instruments. We will not talk about that right now. We'll talk about the various features of the capital market. The first feature of the capital market, it is serve as the link between the saver and investment opportunities. Of course, ame capital market को कौन बेली देखुछु, ame capital market रे कौन होची ना products are being sold, but it is not sold by capital market. It is sold by the individual companies or the agencies or intermediations. So the capital market can't provide kuch, it is only providing a platform through where the savers and the saving opportunities are being sold, and the investors came and buy the saving opportunities from the market or investment opportunities. Then second feature is it is a long-term investment. So ame capital market re kebe bhi short-term investment kotha bhabuno, even it started with your mutual fund. Apan kare SIP apan karuchen. The first slogan is you have to stay along with the product for the longer time period to get the benefit. That means the long-term investment is always enhances and created by the capital market. Third helps in capital formation. So yesterday we had a discussion about that. Why the name is capital market? Because it is creating capital for the companies, for the corporate houses who wants to start their own ventures, or maybe started their own business expansions and all. They will open their shares for the general public, and in that way the capital formation was made. It helps the intermediaries. So capital market सबबड़ काम होला कोन तार जो intermediaries रहिले, जेमति कि brokers रहिले, investment banks रहिला कि investment banker रहिले कि आपनकर AMCs रहिले. So it will always help them to create the investment more fascinating and more smooth, more safe, so that the investors will be somehow feel attracted towards the market and they will make the investment. Fifth one rule is rules and regulations. So it is the major capital market that the capital market try to implement and control the rules and regulation of SEBI for the safe trade, so that investors feel safe while they make the investment. So capital market रा आगुटे काम होला कोन ना SEBI जो rules regulation बनौची ताको complete way रे implementation करिवो and try to after implementation try to control it in a proper way so that the investors feel safe. सेमती तो Investors Protection Act भी रहउची जोटा के SEBI करूची, but still apart from Investor Protection Act, these rules regulation which is being imparted ताको भी केमती impact करा जिवो, केमती implement करा जिवो and control करा जिवो, that is also the look after a capital market. Just a minute, I will go to the new issue market. तापरे एटा मु पढी. Okay. Now look to this portion. We'll talk about the new issue market. Right. What are the different type of capital market? I told you the capital market is being divided into two parts. One is called primary market and second one is called secondary market. Primary market primary market is otherwise called as new issue market. First, new issue market concept what exactly the new issue market is? First DDC admission verification document verification and all. Yes or no? Simply, new issue market is the market where the verification of the company was made. So new issue, that means the company who wants to open his shares, he has to visit the new issue market for their operational verifications and issuing of the product with a proper denomination. ए सब काम पे से कोड जाउची ना न्यू इश्यू मार्केट को जाउची. For an example, Mr. X is having a company. It was earlier it was a private limited company. Now Mr. X is want of like 1 crore rupees to start his own venture, 1 or 2 crore rupees to start his own venture. Now when he wants to start his own venture and he needs of money, there are certain way to arrange the money or arrange the capital. जेमती मु काली भी कहितली ता भीतर गोटे रहइबो, you can go for a loan. You are going for a loan. अपन जदि loan नौ चंदी, it is too difficult because अपन को loan सुझिबा को भी पड़िबो. You have to disburse it with the interest which is very high. You have another option called you can go and open your share for the general public, but it was not so easy. अपन जदि public ପାଇଁ की share open କରିବାକୁ चाहुचंदी, it was not so easy. You have to do certain activities for that. First of all, to open your securities, to open your shares for the first time in the capital market, you have to visit the new issue market. While you are visiting the new issue market, the new issue market has made 3 basic work to identify the company and to open his shares for the general public. Tara tinta kamo kono. First, he will make a verification, that is called organizing, verification of the document of the company. Now, to open the share, what are the possible requirements of a company? Company requirement hela kono. The company has to be a company who is having a turnover of 5 crore rupees, 3 to 5 crore rupees. ताहले आपण around 60% shares open कर परिबे. ता माने जदि आपनकर कंपनी 5 कोटी टंका रे हितबो, on and around आपण 3 कोटी टंका share market रे open कर परिबे. ता माने आपनकर turnover जेतिकी हितबो तार 60% share आपण open कर परिबे, not more than that. Second, you have to submit your audited balance sheet of last 5 years without any issuance of the memo. आपण जो आपण लास्ट 5 वर्षर ऑडिटेड बैलेंस शीट टाको डिपॉजिट करिवे तादरे कोनोसी मेमो आपण को इश्यू होई नथिबो फ्रॉम द ऑडिट डिपार्टमेंट. Third, you have to identify the owner and owners of the company. आपण को जो माने ओनर और ओनर्स दैट मींस इंडिविजुअल ओनर जदी थिबो ताल तार डॉक्यूमेंटेशंस एंड जदी आपण कर पार्टनरशिप रे अछि देन डॉक्यूमेंटेशन ऑफ ऑल शेयर्ड ओनर्स जो माने रहिले समस्तंकर पर्सनल डॉक्यूमेंटेशन क्लियर करियो पड़ियो. Fourth one is why you require of money, that 1 crore 2 crore whatever पैसा ପାଇଁ କି ଆପଣ शेयर ओपन करूछन तार फिजिबिलिटी देबे कोन ପାଇଁ कि आपण को पैसा दरकार. If you got some new venture, you have to submitted all the legal documents to the new issue market for the verification. बुझियला. That's why the first the new issue market जो तीनटा स्टेज रे काम करे. फर्स्ट स्टेज रे काम हला organizing माने कोन organizing माने हला कंपनी रो all document whatever required documents आपण करो to open shares अपन सब प्रकार डॉक्यूमेंट द कंपनी हैज टू डिपॉजिट अंडर यू एंड देन द न्यू इश्यू मार्केट स्टार्टेड इट्स ऑपरेशन बाय वेरीफाइंग ईच एंड एवरी पर्टिकुलर पेपर वर्क. वंस द पेपर वर्क इज ओवर देन स्टेप 2 को आसीबो दैट वाज कॉल्ड अंडरराइटिंग. अंडरराइटर काम एठी कोन अंडरराइटर काम हला आइडेंटिफिकेशन ऑफ द सिक्योरिटीज एंड वैल्यूएशन ऑफ द सिक्योरिटीज. फाइन. So valuation काली भी मु last class रे भी we had a little bit discussion. Valuation केमती हुए जदि आपन को कोटी कोटी टंका रे 60% शेयर ही खोलिबे ताले गोटे शेयर को तो some lakhs rupees पड़ी गेला लोक माने किनिबेनी. तो गोटे परसेंट शेयर को you have to divide it among some unit prices. यूनिट प्राइसेस रे डिवाइड कला परे आपन को शेयर वैल्यू 5000 10000 गोटे पर शेयर पड़िबो which is affordable for the people for the investment. Now, new issue market is first time of issuing securities current, it is mandatory to go along with the discount on face value. आपनकर नुवा कंपनी लोक काहे की किनिबे. क्वेश्चन इज मते जदी जने सजेस्ट करबो टू गो एंड बाय द प्रोडक्ट फ्रॉम द मार्केट invest in share, why should not I go for a product of reputed brand. मु काहे जीबी गोटे नुवा ब्रांड रे जरो पैसा इन्वेस्टमेंट करियको. नुआ ब्रांड रे कले दैट इज अ सर्टेनिटी ऑफ लॉस. पुराना ब्रांड जोटा के हमें देखि आसुचु 20 वर्ष 25 वर्ष रानी लॉस हेनी. सो दैट इज अ स्पेकुलेशन, दैट इज नो लॉस. गोटे स्पेकुलेशन हिसाब रे आपण जिबे कि एते वर्ष रानी लॉस हेनी आ कोन लॉस हो. So that's why to attract the customer these products, the product which is called IPO, initial public offering, once the valuation is over, initial public offering is always came along with the discount on face value. Maximum गोटे गोटे स्टॉक ऊपर केते डिस्काउंट आसीयो ना 8%. 1 रो 8% डिस्काउंट आसीयो ता भितरे अकॉर्डिंग टू योर फिजिबिलिटी द कंपनी हैज टू डिसाइड आपण केते परसेंट रो डिस्काउंट ऑफर करबे. डिस्काउंट माने बुझी परछन जेमति कि मु गोटे इंडिविजुअल जदी इन्वेस्टर मु 100 टंका देके गोटे यूनिट प्राइस किनिली बट मु जेतले देली ता ऊपर डिस्काउंट थिला 5% रो. ता माने मु केते पैसा देली मु 95 टंका देई गोटे शेयर प्रोडक्ट किनिली बट जेतले मु डिविडेंड क्लेम करूची सेटा 100 टंका ऊपर क्लेम करूची. जेतले मु रिटर्न भी पाउची मु 100 टंका ऊपर पाउची 95 टंका ऊपर रिटर्न पाउनी कि मु फेस मोर फाइनल अमाउंट भी 100 टंका रे plus whatever dividend I am getting mu taku secure karbi. बुझियला. So that means what every particular IPO or initial public offerings came along with the certain discounts. A discount ପାଇଁ कि the product name is called IPO. Then came to the third stage mu जेमति कहली कि new issue market तीनटा stage रे काम करची. Then came to the third stage. Third stage कौन? Third stage is called issuing. Now here the new issue market solely take the responsibility of selling of the product. It is just selling of the product रहिला केमिति product sell होची एटार पूरा दायित्व काहारा ना new issue market रा. आपण जे कंपनी एक सहितबो ना ताको किछ सेल करबार नै. neither he has to made any advertisement and all. से कोनोसी एडवर्टाइजमेंट करिवेनी से किछि सेलिंग करिवेनी कंपनी किछि करिवनी जोडे कि स्टॉक मार्केट रे कंपनी करूची. या तो फिर कंपनी विल आइडेंटिफाई सर्टेन इंटरमीडिएशन ब्रोकर हो गोटे ब्रोकरेज हाउस को कंपनी आइडेंटिफाई करूची जे कि ऑन बिहाफ ऑफ द कंपनी हु ट्राई टू सेल द प्रोडक्ट मेक एन एंडोर्समेंट attract the investors, address the investor, go for the personal selling, set up. But at the niche market rate, the company do not have to, make any kind of effort to sell the product. Selling of the product also on the head of the kahara na niche market. Niche market ର କାମ ହେଲା ସେ product କୁ market ରେ ବିକିବା. Now who are the buyers? ଆମେ ମାନେ ଯେମିତି general public ହେଲୁ ଗୋଟେ buyer. So we'll whenever when the product being sold, we'll try to buy it. Fine. आज छड़ा किए किनिबे आज छड़ा इंश्योरेंस कंपनीज किनिबे म्यूचुअल फंड ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस किनिबे ऑल इंडिया फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशंस किनिबे योर इफ ता परे भी जदी किछि बळी जाउची किछि न बिक्री होउची देन QIBs किनिबे क्वालिफाइड इंस्टीट्यूशनल बायर्स माने भी किनिबे. So these are the organizations who could able to buy it. And new issue market always fix the denominations that kete percent or share kahaku bikri hab. Got it? So that was called major work of new issue market. Eta jodi ame kaiba gote brief briefing about the new issue market. Now the primary market, which is also known as new issue market.
हेलो मैम सर स्लाइड्स चेंज हेनी न्यू इशू मार्केट रे ही रही छी.
मु एटा आपण मानको तार जिसटा केमती होउची गोटे ब्रीफ डिस्क्रिप्शन दउतली मु चेंज ही करिनी. এটা ଗୋଟେ brief description to only understood what is the market is all about. ତାପରେ ଆମେ ଲେଖାକୁ ଆସିବା. ମୁଁ ଖାଲି ତମକୁ ଗୋଟେ briefing କରୁଥିଲି about new issue market. So primary market, which is also known as the new issue market, as the market of securities are sold for the first time, that's why it is called as new securities are issued from the company, and the name is accordingly called as new issue market. Now, when we're talking about the methods of floating of securities in the primary market, are kon methods rahichi floating methods. Floating methods kaile bikri ro method tame koi paribo. So first floating method is issue or public issue through prospectus. Now एठी जो issue गुडा हुए issue माने हैला जोडा products धरा आपण का share हैला that is called a issue. गोटे securities गोटे option बिक्री होची कि गोटे future बिक्री होची. So these are called issues. So एठी जो issues होची, that means the product which is sold over here, that is through the prospectus. It was sold through the prospectus. Now you can ask a question ki prospectus kon? Prospectus it is called as a prospectus. Here 80 market a prospectus to hame kochu red hiring prospectus. The red hiring prospectus is being issued from the new issue market with the permission of SEBI. It is SEBI permission ne bikri hochi. Prospectus is having all documentation about the product or discount patterns, and prospectus also describe the company's feasibility, from which company the product is being allowed. A सब discussion कोड रोची prospectus रोची. बहुत simply देखिए अगर तमे भी तले admission करूचो DTC रे गोटे website रे prospectus रोची. सेटा को तमे पढुचो देखुचो papers रे description, every description was there. सेमती जितले न्यू इश्यू मार्केट रे आपण कोनोसी प्रकार इन्वेस्टमेंट करिवे, if you want to take all the information by yourself, so you have to read that prospectus जोटी के IPO रो ऑफर ता साइट करा जायछि और IPO रो ऑफर ता दिया जायछि. So that is called prospectus. Second floating method is called offer for sale. Offer for sale means it is the method through which securities are offered to general public, but not directly, but by the companies, by the intermediation who buys whole of the securities from the company and try to sell it to the general public. जेमती कि आमे गोटे पर्टिकुलर कंपनी रो गोटे पर्टिकुलर कंपनी रो म्यूचुअल फंड किनुछु. बट आमे किणुचु काहाटो आमे किणुचु गोटे इंटरमीडिएशन को बुझियो जे आमे कंपनी को डायरेक्ट जाई पारुनो ऑफर पर सेल रे सबले से कहूछ कि आमे गोटे सेकंड प्लेटफॉर्म और इन बिटवीन प्लेटफॉर्म टाको एज अ कस्टमर एज अ इन्वेस्टर आमे गोटे इन बिटवीन प्लेटफॉर्म को सबले होल्ड करूछु एंड थ्रू दैट प्लेटफॉर्म आमे किना बिका करूछु दैट इज कॉल्ड ऑफर पर सेल private placement under this method the securities are sold by the company to an intermediation to fix the price and second step intermediations sell the security not to general public but to selected clients at a higher price बहुत टाइम रे देखिबे आपण स्टॉक मार्केट रे प्राइस रीजिंग हुए एटा प्राइवेट प्लेसमेंट रे भी बहुत तरह में देखुछु केटी कोन होची जो माने इंटरमीडिएशंस रही जंदी दे आर कनेक्टेड विथ सम सर्टेन कंपनीज किछि इंटरमीडिएशन अछंती जो मन के पर्टिकुलर कंपनी को इंटरकनेक्ट करूचंदी now interconnect kala pare whatever securities are there from the company they will buy the securities from the market from the company किनिला परे semane individual investor पाखु आसुरंदी they will go for the selective investors ସେମାନେ जनरल पब्लिक पे ओपन करनाती ସେମାନେ सिलेक्टिव इन्वेस्टर्स को खोजुचंती and then try to make a communication with these people thing so तापरे एटा ले मार्केट रे बिक्री होची एटा ओपन वे रे बिक्री होनी एटा अनओपन वे रे बिक्री होची to those selected customers which is being selected by the particular intermediations then came next floating method that was called right issue right issue for the existing companies here the existing company who try to open their new products in the new issue market with the existing stockholder tankara kon कहउछु हमें tankara issue ta को मैं right issue कहउछि right issue is something which is called pre-emphatic right of shareholders that company must offer that the new issue before subscribing to the outsider एठी कंपनी कोन करिवो ना आउटसाइडर मानको सब्सक्राइब करिया पूर्वरु तार जो माने एक्जिस्टिंग कस्टमर अछंती तांको कहइबो कि you please buy my product last floating method is came along with the EIPOs electronic initial public offering it is the new method of issuing of securities through the online system of the stock exchange in broker for the purpose of accepting applications and placing orders एतिगेला EIPO रो कामो EIPO कामो because nowadays everything is an online system आजिका डेट रे सब जिंस ऑनलाइन होची that's why IPOs also came along with the online system or electronic system that's why it is called EIPOs and the method हला कोन एटी ना आपण एटी IPOs जो किनिबे through the online किनिबे from the stock exchange and the company has to appoint a registered broker for this particular purpose who accepting the applications and deliver the values बुझेला पर्यंत
मैम राइट इश्यू टिके आउथरे कह देबे
ओके राइट इश्यू हला को प्रकार प्रोडक्ट जोटा के एक्जिस्टिंग कंपनी रो प्रोडक्ट फॉर एन एग्जांपल अपन नै जन मिस्टर एक्स in 2019 has opened his securities in under the new issue market से तार सिक्योरिटीज न्यू इश्यू मार्केट अंडर रे 2019 मसिया रे खोलिथिला जेतल को तार वेरिफिकेशन एंड अदर थिंग्स आर बीइंग कंप्लीटेड इन द ईयर ऑफ 2023 he tried to open his one more securities or under the new issue market से पुणे उतरे नुवा किछि सिक्योरिटीज जोटा कि द एक्जिस्टिंग सिक्योरिटीज नुहे कंप्लीटली नुवा सिक्योरिटीज किछि शेयर होल्डर्स मन को ऑफर करिया को चाहूची सो ए टाइम रे भी सी न्यू इश्यू मार्केट पाखु जाई तारो right issues गुडा को जोटा कि हमरो कंपनी इज एक्जिस्टिंग कंपनी बट प्रोडक्ट इज कंप्लीटली न्यू से अगर केवल डेट प्रोडक्ट बिकितला एबे से चाहूची इक्विटी बिकिरिबो कि हाइब्रिड बिकिबो ताले पुनी से न्यू इश्यू पाखु गला सुनंतु वंस यू हैव ओपन योर शेयर न्यू इश्यू मार्केट को जिबा आपन को सोल डिसीजन because now you are eligible to sell your product in the stock exchange also so new issue market को जिबार रीजन हला कोन आपन को किछि एफर्ट दबार नहीं फॉर द इन्वेस्टमेंट एंड ऑल सब एफर्ट के दबो न्यू इश्यू मार्केट दबो so it is maybe a strategy of the business organization not to carry any kind of risk so right issue रे कोन होची ना फर्स्ट right issue सेमन को बिक्री कराबो जो माने कंपनी रे एक्जिस्टिंग कस्टमर्स जदि एक्जिस्टिंग कस्टमर्स न किनिले राइट इश्यू आसबो ओपन सर्विसेज को ओपन प्लेस को for the sell and all. बुझी पारलो?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
ओके आज टिके एठी खाली रखिबा बिकॉज़ मो माने ठंडा टिके जोर धरची दैट्स व्हाई आई एम नॉट अनेबल टू टॉक वेरी फ्रीक्वेंटली हमें नेक्स्ट क्लास रे न्यूज मार्केट तो सरला तब इन्वेस्टर प्रोटेक्शन पढेबा तापर नेक्स्ट यूनिट को जिबा अच्छा तमने समस्ते तो रहूच बते क्लास रे भवानी शंकर आर यू प्रेजेंट
यस मैम
मु तुमको होस्ट कर दूची भवानी शंकर
Yes, ma'am.
सार जेतबेले आसीबे तमे तांको होस्ट कर दबो
यस मैम
ओके करि परिबो यू नो हाउ टू मेड इट
यस मैम
ओके थैंक यू खाली ऑप्शन को जिबो ऑप्शन ने जाई कि सार को होस्ट कर दबो तमे जनरलाइज हे जिवो नले मु
Yes,
एंड
ma'am.
कर दबो पुनी मीटिंग ता एंड हे जिवो
यस मैम ठीक है
ओके ओके थैंक यू एंड नेक्स्ट क्लास रे हमें नेक्स्ट पोर्शन को जिबो थैंक यू सो मच
थैंक यू मैम
ओके
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Is there any classes going on? ଆପଣ ମାନଙ୍କୁ କିଛି କ୍ଲାସ୍ ଚାଲିଛି ଏବେ ମୁଁ ଜାଣିପାରୁନି
नो सर
ଓ ଆଚ୍ଛା ମର୍ଣ୍ଣିଂ ଫର୍ଷ୍ଟ କ୍ଲାସ୍ ଟା ହେଇପାରିନି ବୋଧେ
सर फर्स्ट क्लास टा चल
Hey, sir.
ଆଚ୍ଛା ଆଚ୍ଛା ମ୍ୟାଡାମ ସରିଗଲାଣି ତ ମ୍ୟାଡାମ
Hey, this.
ଆଚ୍ଛା ଆଚ୍ଛା ମ୍ୟାଡାମ ଅଛନ୍ତି କି Ashmi madam.
ନାଇଁ ସାର୍ ମ୍ୟାଡାମ କୁ ଦେହ ତ ଭଲ ନଥିଲା ସେଥିପାଇଁ ସେ ଅଧାରୁ ମାନେ ସାରି ଦେଲେ।
Oh, acha. Okay. Mukherjee, all are silent. That is what I was a little bit confused. Anyway, so can we start now?
Yes sir.
Hello. Okay. Let me share you the my PowerPoint presentation.